Welcome back, everybody. We're going to get ourselves into the second series, which is going to be VP versus X3. VP, in surprising fashion, I'm seeing from the scores here, actually lost to Ooredoo Thunder in that first series they played. But you know, in the DPC, they went 4-3. They finished fourth, close to getting a major slot there as well. And Wingblade, what happened against Ooredoo Thunders? What actually went on that they went down 2-1?
So in the first game, I think it was mostly a drafting issue where they drafted like Magnus Lone Druid into a Slark, which is not great. Second game, they looked pretty done okay with a tricore of Prophet, Dragon Knight, and Tidehunter. And then in the last game, they went for some kind of Lycan Chaos Knight build that got absolutely dismantled by a Drow Ranger Night Stalker. So I don't know, it was partially drafting, but partially them just not looking super solid. And I feel like this is a trend with this new VP lineup. Sometimes they look great, and sometimes they just look pretty uncoordinated.
Yeah, and looking through, I mean, again, the only teams that they lost to in the DPC was Spirit, Betboom, and Hellraisers, they actually took a series off Darkside, which was to, I think, everybody's surprise, because Darkside were one of those teams that everybody was looking at to, to be contesting for a major slot, and all of a sudden they ended up falling down the table. 2-5 they ended up, and VP right at the top, well, mid-table, top of the mid-table, 4-3 finish. But they took a game off. Who was it? Was it Team Spirit they took a game off? Because they clean swept Darkside.
I'm not quite sure.
Oh no, it was Namiga. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. So 2-0 wins and 0-2 losses. But again, they stepped up at the end of that season. So X3 as well, playing in the Division 2. So far, they've only played that one series. Looked good coming up against the main YNT team, winning 2-1 yesterday. It was yesterday because I was on that, and looked really comfortable, as we can see, the schedule there. So it is going to be Virtus Pro versus X3. What are you looking at for VP to bounce back today? Is it just coming down to the draft, do you think? Was it just a bit of nerves in that first series they played?
I think the draft is definitely a good start. Just pick good heroes, pick stuns. Don't give the enemy team a free Tide Hunter game. I don't know. I feel like it was just a few avoidable drafting issues that spiraled into like a huge series upset.
Okay. As we get into the draft now, you can see already the train comes up for X3. And what was the other hero? There's another hero that's going around at the minute. The tree being picked up every single Hoodwink. It was Hoodwink. Hoodwink at the minute in Division 2 Eastern Europe is probably the most popular hero. Especially with the Clockwork being taken away, the Rubik going, Brood and Lena, so standard bans, what I'm used to seeing at least. The tree coming out, the Nature's Prophet coming out. Is there anything you've seen that kind of differs for the pattern that I coming out in Eastern Europe?
Not really here. Also, didn't Alone play Hoodwink all 3 games in the last series that he played?
Yeah, every single match. I was like, oh, I wonder what hero's going to be coming out. Yeah, I wonder what this one's going to be. Of course, it was the Hoodwink. Hoodwink, yeah, I don't know how I let that one in every single game, but yeah, every single match he went in for that Hood.
Ooh, a Batrider manages to get through. I believe VP is a team that plays Tiny mostly as a position 4 and Prophet mostly as a position 3. Normally I would say, well, there's your position 1 and position 2, and for VP it's like, Prophet could be 1, could be 3. Tiny is probably 4, but could be 2 as well. And that's always nice to have in a team. But I don't think you wanna lane Tiny against Batrider.
Do you know the Batrider in Eastern Europe absolutely sucks, to the point where I think it had something like a 35% win rate, something like that. It looked absolutely terrible because or at least from how I see it, you trade off a lot of mid lane damage where you get something like an Ember Spirit, that high damage hero, for the lasso control. And it's such a long cooldown on that spell that you get it once every 2 team fights. It really doesn't have the impact that something like an Ember would have in the lane. And I don't know. Well, I do know why people are picking up this hero, but I just don't see it as being that impressive.
Okay, we'll see. We discussed this with Harry Freak yesterday as well. He was a big Batrider hater. But let's see if Natty Narwhal can prove us wrong.
10 seconds remaining.
That's it. We've both been conditioned. Both me and her have just been conditioned to hate this hero. It's not great. From what I've seen, it's not great. Maybe other regions are making it work. Maybe it's just something in the Eastern European region that they don't have or other teams can play against. They know how to play around the Batrider. So, yeah, I am looking forward to seeing X3 if they can make this work. But at the minute, my confidence is not high.
Especially because they picked it in their first phase now. Also, Virtus Pro has plenty of time to pick a hero that works well in lane against a Batrider. They instantly pick Oracle. It's probably not on a lane against Bat, but in the mid game, that's great.
Yeah, with the save coming out, the False Promise, it's a really nice hero to have against the Batrider. I don't think, at least from what me and her cast, Gareth and Trent might have cast it as well, but I don't think I saw an Oracle for the entire Division 1 tour.
Yeah, I believe he was one of the like 15 heroes that was picked less than 5 times throughout the entire DPC so far.
Yeah, Doom coming out. Oh, Doom is really nice though. There it is. Alone gets his hoodwink. So, what makes the Oracle so bad? You know, I don't have another way to describe. What makes this hero unpickable at the minute?
He just doesn't lane super well with a lot of the popular carries, because they're all like ranged high damage heroes. You would rather have something like a Clockwork or a Treant to just run at people and hit them and tank the damage. While Oracle works a lot better with like the melee carries, something like a Jug or a Spectre. In the mid game, I still think he's very good, and it tends to be the case in Dota that once a hero is not popular, people kind of forget about him, even in games where he would have been really good.
Yeah.
So I really like this pick here. It looks good.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen that trend with heroes coming back into the meta, like the Keeper of the Light, that Sumail picks it, it looks good, all of a sudden teams are like, oh yeah, that hero exists, you know, we should be picking this up, we should be playing this, especially in that like mid lane role, having a lot of impact. And VP just taking the time, so you're not expecting the tiny mid. Is there anything that you would like to see VP pick up for the mid lane up against the Batrider then?
It's not super popular, but I like the Queen of Pain, and SquadX has played it before, recently. I think it's very good against Batrider. Aside from that, maybe the Lesh, never mind, got banned. Yeah, just the Queen of Pain would be nice.
Okay, well, we'll see if that is going to be the next pickup here. Moving through VP, taking the time to think about this next pick, and yeah, we've seen a good couple of Lesh, or I've seen a good few of them, you know, the Lesh games that Batrider wants to come in, chase you down, but the lightning comes out to get that slow. Split Earth just stops it in its tracks. Bat has to go back, licking his wounds. Yeah, it is going to be the Queen of Pain. Really good call there. And what are you looking at then? Because Tiny more than likely going to be the 4. What are you looking at for the offlane for VP? Is there anything that stands out? Do you want like a big tanky engage hero, or you know, something that can just trade on the lane? What is it that you want for VP?
So for VP, it's a bit unconventional. But I would like to see a Wraith King position 1 for VP.
Really?
Because then you have the really nice offlane with Tiny Prophet, and you have a pretty darn strong safe lane with Oracle Wraith King. Plus, Wraith King is super good against both Doom and Batrider. Yeah, so that's my dream pick here for VP. It's more likely that they pick up something like a, I don't know, Tidehunter or Magnus, something like that.
Okay,
maybe
well, we will
DK.
see. I mean, they listen to you over the Queen of Pain. Maybe they've got, you know, a direct line to you, and they're thinking about this Wraith King now.
If they pick a Wraith King, I want a race.
So, final bans coming through from X3. I mean, X3 banning out the Ursa as well, so it being a position 3, Nature's Prophet not out of the question, it seems, for X3. So what is going to be the final bans? And on the side of X3 as well, looking at the lineup so far, you know, it does look like a position 1 that they want to be picking up. Is there anything that you like for X3 to be going towards here?
I think the Faceless Void would be pretty darn good. They have some nice combo with the Sharpshooter. It's good against Quop, good against Prophet. It's not super strong in lane though.
I suppose there's good catch, you know, good follow-up with the Overgrowth coming up from the tree as well. So they ban out the Centaur, just covering some bases here, X3 as VP. They don't have a lot of time left for this next ban phase into the next pick, so we'll see if they want to be taking out that Faceless Void, which, again, a bit of a dark horse in the draft. You don't see it a whole lot, but when it does pop up, it looks really strong, so maybe a bit of a niche pick that X3 might go towards.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like Drow Ranger could be pretty decent as well, together with the tree and lane.
What about the Sniper? Because we've seen a couple of snipers being picked up in Eastern Europe, and they do seem to like that hero to the point where I'm surprised it's not actually already banned out.
I think Drow is a bit better this game than Sniper, because she has the silence as well against the Queen of Pain and the Oracle. But the heroes are super similar, right? They're interchangeable in what they want to do in team fights. Just sit back, right-click.
Yeah. And Morphlin is going to be the final ban, so VP not want to be playing against that. Nesphia not going to be able to pick that one up. I'm going to go straight in for the pick, though. It's going to be the Terrorblade.
Okay, interesting. Wraith King not looking as good anymore.
Not a fan? No, not thinking they might even just sneak it in?
Nah, it's not good against TB.
10 seconds
Okay. Well, let's see what they want to go towards for this final pick. Again, just under 30 seconds.
Pudge carry, let's go. This is the game for it.
Yeah, last series...
TB, you have an Oracle, you have the carry potential from the offlane. Looks like the perfect game for it.
I think Krillak plays it as well. I do think I've seen him pick it up, so yeah, it's going to be...
Okay.
Core Snapfire?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that... Yeah, so it is going to be Core Snapfire. Another hero, again, that is being picked up. Can do a lot of damage. I'm a bit worried about the amount of control that Virtus Pro have to get the Mortimer Kisses off. In fact, I'm a bit worried about the amount of control they have overall. Whereas you look at the side of X3, they have control on pretty much every hero apart from the Terrorblade.
Yeah, this is an interesting draft. It's a lot of heroes that we don't see too often. I think the Snapfire core is actually really strong. Like from the moment you get level 6, you can just TP to any lane, unload the kisses, and you're probably gonna get a kill somewhere. And I like the Queen of Pain against Batrider. I don't think this is a super great Prophet position 1 game, but of course he's Prophet, so he can do well in any game if he has a good start and some space on the map. So I know you're gonna ask me for my prediction, so I'm already gonna give it to you. For me, it's Virtus Pro.
It's like you can read my mind. Yeah, coming through the Snapfire as well, with the core snap, usually goes for that quick shard into the Greaves, or Greaves into the shard. Being able to push the wave out with just the cookie as well as the Scats Blast. It's a lot of damage to come through as well. If you get a hero with that cookie onto an enemy hero, the amount of time to lock down inside that mini Mortimer Kiss, the damage, it does tick down, it does do a lot of damage. And again, great carrier of the Greaves on the Snapfire to be in and around the fight, but not committed on the front line. So yeah, interested to see what damage, what impact this Snapfire is going to have coming into the first match, because it has been looking good in the core role. And in fact, it wouldn't have surprised me as well if the Queen of Pain hadn't come out, if that may have been the mid lane hero, because it does play around those, both the 2 and the 3 really, really well.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how X3 is going to approach this too. If they're going to go for some classic, like Foil Protect 1, Terrorblade just farms the entire time, or if they are going to play around their BKB timing on Bat. And I'm really curious to see if Bat is going to do well as a whole. Because like you said, doesn't have the best win rate in Eastern Europe right now, but still, it's getting banned almost every single game. So something is up.
Yeah, there is some. Maybe they have an idea how to play around it as we head into the game, but I don't have the most confidence in the Bat, and I think from the series that I watched yesterday between X3 and YNT as well, YNT let them off a little bit. As you can see, guys, don't forget the odds at the top of the screen. If you want a free $15 bet, new customers can click the banner below the stream. All you need to do to sign up is click the banner below the stream, and that will get you there to pick up that free bet. But yeah, X3 let off a little bit yesterday because YNT, they looked okay to start with, and then they just leaned off the aggression and let X3 back into the games that I saw. So I think if VP, if they can keep that momentum, they can keep the pace and keep getting aggressive to X3, X3 might struggle a little bit in this game.
We could be seeing some rune action.
Yeah,
but
I get
not quite.
I get teased like that a lot in these games, that, you think there's going to be a fight in the river and the teams, they just back themselves away. You've got to be brave, got to go for it sometimes, Maybe that's why I lose most of my my pub games, because I'm getting quote-unquote brave, and the rest of my team's just like, no, don't go in on that. Like, yes, must dive.
Gotta get that 40 gold for each member of my team and like lose first blood for it.
Yeah. Mid lane, Squadix coming against Natty in this lane. You can see the Batrider actually starting with 4 branches. So I assume 2 for the one, but looking to use 2 for the tangos in case there's a lot of harass that comes out from the Queen of Pain.
I'm curious about the Quap build as well, because you usually see Queen of Pains just skipping out the dagger and just maxing Scream for maximum gank and farm potential. But I feel like against Batrider, having that bit of slow and healing from that dagger is going to be quite valuable.
Yeah, just being able to get away to, you're not looking to commit the blink. If the sticky napalm firefly starts to come in, you do have to worry about, I suppose you save it for the flame break, right? That you don't really want to blink away until that flame break comes out. See, bottom lane, Nasphere, he's going to be looking to, I mean the contest comes through, Dekalis on the top lane here as well, taking a lot of harass, so the side of VP, that top lane, it's going to be under some contest from the side of X3, looking to put that pressure on. And again, Hoodwink coming through. Alone is so good on that hero. He knows the balance of it. As mid lane, Squadix will be taking a lot of damage. And Krillia, how's he looking on the farm? He is trading off, not as much as the Terrorblade, but he is looking to get those last hits in. There's Nasphere. 55%, that's respectable. Over 18 games, it's a respectable win rate and a decent kill-death assist ratio there as well with close to 5.
I want to see Krillat's win rate on things though, because it's always hilarious. If you praise something, it has a 16% win rate max. When you're like, he doesn't feel too comfortable, he has like 60%.
Dark going to be taking a lot of harass coming out. Yeah, I think it was the Christmas show that I was talking about how good this hero is and how well it can be played around, and I forget what it was, but and then they checked the stats and the player playing it had like an 18% win. I think it was a Morphling. And the player playing it had like an 18% win rate on it. I was like, oh, okay, well maybe it won't actually go that well in this game. As feel like getting the pull back, but yeah, how do you like the setup? Because I mean the Doom coming through with the setup with the bushwhack from the Hoodwink, right? It should be a nice lane for the Doom in this lane.
He's gonna be able to farm. I don't think they really have a lot of kill potential, but if you can farm as a Doom and get your items up, you're gonna be pretty happy. You don't really pick Doom to crush you a lane.
True, but I mean, coming up against something like the Nature's Prophet that wants to be using the creeps with the treants as well, being able to stack the damage on that Scorched Earth, that's going to feel good, just being able to do the overall damage, and you'll look to farm those treants out, right? Yeah,
for sure. You can get a few extra creeps that way. It's definitely very nice.
You can see that Meta's coming out. Do they actually have the chase on? Looks like Sayush, yeah, the avalanche comes through, but the illusion doing damage. Sayush is going to be taking a lot of damage here now as well. Nasphere stepping up. Paul might come through here from the Tiny. To get this Dark, he tries to get it with the Leech Seed. Can they pull that aggro? I mean, the trees are gone. This is something I'm seeing in every game in the Eastern European region. As soon as you see that tree come out, you just go right down to the lane where you think he's going to be laning it and clear all those trees off. So he's got nowhere comfortable to sit in this lane.
Yep. And every single hero buys a Quelling Blade too.
So you're not even going to be last hit, and it doesn't matter. Got to clear the trees. Got to clear the trees. As the root comes out onto the Doom just continues to farm through it, though.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He has a Wraith band, so he's practically invulnerable.
Doing literally no damage. Do you, as the Doom in this lane, because usually at level 4 we see a value point into the Infernal Blade, but coming up against 2 ranged heroes here with the Root and the Sprout, do you just go for the Devour and the Scorched Earth max stacks in this lane?
I would level up my Devour, yeah. Because you don't necessarily need a stun either, because you have a Hoodwink. So I think Greed is good.
Okay, well, we'll see which way he wants to go. Expecting the Hand of Midas as well. As mid lane, where's Natty going? Level 5. It's going to be going towards the bottom. Okay, just taking an eye, but I'm sorry, he could be in trouble. Actually, this might be the first blood. The chase down Leech Seed coming out. Avalanche, though. Flame Break pushes him back, and the damage. Yeah, Natty now, well, he's going to be able to pick that one up with the burn. And Sayush, no way, no mobility in his kit. No way, but top lane, Krillia's going to be punished right back. Oh, gets so close to going down. Has that TP to come back to lane, but he's going to have to leave the lane for a little bit. And this is going to be Shagrat in a great position. He did actually go for the level 1 in the Infernal Blade at level 4 as well.
Yeah, but he didn't get the kill, so it wasn't worth it.
No. And he's going to be close to level 5, but yeah, the Devour is already on cooldown. Bottom lane, how is Nesphia doing? In terms of net worth, he's second, only behind the Queen of Pain, so a good time for that Terrorblade is Squadix. What did he get? Double damage rune, no bottle. Yeah, bottle's still queued up, so I'm surprised that... No, I'm not surprised. He's up against a Bat Rider. Of course he went for the 1 first.
But he also went for the threats first, and that's a bit of a surprise. But hey, he's doing well. He doesn't really need more regen than what he has. Also, he did max, or at least so far he's been maxing Dagger. So going for that full lane presence build.
Yeah, and do you expect that? I see, we already see Ducalis moving in, and do they get this pick off? And again, guys, don't forget you can click the banner below the stream, get yourself a free $15 bet that is available to you below the stream. Yeah, so are you expecting more for VP to rotate the heroes into the mid lane to support the Queen of Pain, or do you still expect Squadix to hit that level 7 or 8, get that Sonic Wave, and then look to put pressure onto the side lanes?
I think it's still quite likely that Squadix rotates first. Because you can't really kill a bat from full HP.
Yeah, I suppose he's got the Flame Break as well to knock you away if you get too aggressive. He can always just flap those wings, fly himself to safety. Although, I didn't see which mount the Bat Rider has here. He might have that manta. Okay, no, it is going to be a winged animal. So he's going to be able to flap those wings.
But still keeping a point in reserve. It's like, I might need the Sonic Wave.
Yeah, he might actually have the damage. I mean, Nati's going to be taking a lot of harass coming through from the dagger. And just, yeah, I mean, he's using up a lot of mana here. The Queen of Pain did actually go for the bottle. So that's going to be coming out before the Witchblade. And I wonder if he is just going to sit on the lane until that Witchblade comes out before he goes for a gank.
I don't think he's gonna wait for the Witchblade, because that's like 4 or 5 minutes from now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm surprised he hasn't like tried to make a move on bottom lane yet, because Terrorblade is very vulnerable at this stage. He has a ton of armor, but like 800 HP.
Yeah, a lot of burst damage. I mean, if he does go down with the Sonic Wave, Scream, 3 points into the Scream now as well. So maybe he hits that level 8 and he will rotate down for a gank. Ducalis trying to come in onto this, but Bat Rider's playing away. He's already away, but the Avalanche is going to come through, and now the toss up into the air. Scream, as well as that dagger, a lot of damage, and the Bat Rider will go down. Cyrus picking it up with the tree toss, making sure there was no deny coming through from the TP and heroes on the side of X3.
No Sonic Wave needed.
No, and that is going to be available just in case, like you say. He feels the need to rotate round and look to put the pressure. Speaking about putting the pressure, the Doom comes out, and oh, Krilliat's going to be punched out here. Shagrat getting right up close and getting that kill onto the Nature's Prophet. No way out with that Doom up, and he's going to go towards the Hand of Midas as well.
This Doom is having a lot of fun against the Nature's Prophet Oracle lane.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, like you say, with the Wraith Band out, it's a meme that he's taking literally no damage, but he is pretty tanky, and he flash farms with the Scorched Earth as well. So, and it's not like Nature's Prophet and Oracle is a massive kill lane, so I'm not surprised he's having a great time in that lane. As Krilliat just respawns, doesn't even go back to top. He's just be pushing out the mid lane tower here with the trains. Nati now all coming through. Firefly's already going to be used. It's noticed going back towards the bottom lane, but Nesphia, excuse me, as well as Dark close to him. Alone. Moving out. Do they want to try and make a move onto the Nature's Prophet here? Because if the TP comes out with the Sprout at the top lane, this is going to be the dive. Do they get the kill onto Shagrat? Shagrat trying to run himself away, but the blink forward. Scream coming through here. Can't get the deny to the neutrals. And they do get the kill onto the Doom. So the Queen of Pain, that is some kill potential. And again, still no point. Now he puts it into the Sonic Wave after getting that gank.
Yeah, it's so nice when you can get kills and you don't need to use it. Because it costs a lot of mana and it has a long, long cooldown.
Yeah, it is more than at level 9 even, it's still more than a quarter of your mana being committed for just one spell, and especially when the Queen of Pain is a big spammy hero, wants to be getting around with the blinks, the screams coming out. It is a big commitment there, like you say, to throw out that Sonic Wave. So, how's the Terrorblade doing? Okay. 4th in net worth. He's finding the farm now as well with illusions in the trees. Going towards that Dragon Lance, and it does mean that Dark's going to be able to get some solo XP on the bottom lane. Get him close to that level 6. The Overgrowth, when that comes out, you know, X3, maybe they don't move the Terrorblade out, but X3 could look to group up and fight.
This tower is still full HP bottom. This is what Treant does to a lane.
And he's... Well, there's going to be the TP in from the Nature's Prophet. Treants have been dropped now, as he did take that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, so the living armor might not be super effective, but notice, no points into the little shredder, so no armor reduction there. I think Krillliat might have a Blightstone, so there might be a little bit, but Dark comes through. Nature's Grasp does get dropped. TP's away, though. It looks like they're just going to leave Krillliat to finish off this tower. His top lane. Multiple kisses are going to be dropped. Did they get the kill into the Terrorblade? He do, excuse me. And he had the Sunder available, just couldn't get it off, and now the Doom onto the Snapfire turning around, some harass coming through. He will get the kill. Sayush, TP comes in though, Squad X. He wants to get Shagarat before Shagarat gets the kill onto Sayush. And with the Bushwhack coming through alone, he might commit his life for this kill, but he's not going to be able to get it. Less than 20 health, and the Tiny survives.
Once again, no Sonic Wave needed.
No. And the Witchblade out now as well. That's a big power spike for the Queen of Pain.
Nadina, well, has his BOTs, but no BKB just yet. So he's gonna be working towards getting that. It's kind of hard to be aggressive for a Batrider in this game, because the Queen of Pain can just blink next to him, slow him. There is very little he can do about it. He's 2k behind.
Not just in this game either. Like you say, this Batrider, or Batriders across the board, just have not been impressive. And when I assume at some point as well, notice after the Greaves, after the Shard, potentially goes for that Lotus as well. It does mean, especially up against the Doom and the Lasso, I expect at least one Lotus to come out, maybe even Sayush to go for one himself too, after he gets himself maybe the Blink Dagger for the Tiny. Meanwhile, Squad X going to be taking some damage. Looks like he just blinks himself away. Doesn't want to overcommit there on the Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain actually out-farming a Midas Doom right now. Has to feel good.
And it did start off really well for the Doom, but he's been ganked a couple of times, been punished for the overextension, and that tier 1 tower on the top lane does still stand, so X3 with no real tower push until the Terrorblade is ready, so it doesn't surprise me that VP, especially with the global presence of the Nature's Prophet, with the quick reactions from the Queen of Pain, have been able to defend all 3 towers so far.
What's working towards his BKB. It's not a super great BKB game though.
Yeah. Oh, Sonic Wave this time. It will be committed. Do they get the kill? The tree? He's going to be pushed up to the high ground. The false promise comes out. Overgrowth going to be used here. Queen of Pain going to get the kill. Can he even get himself away to survive as the cookie comes through? And the Batrider will crumble. And now alone, he has to scurry himself away from danger. 3 heroes. Oh, Dark with the TP. They don't see him. Noticed with the double damage rune coming in now as well. Where's that cookie? Still 3 seconds away. And the Queen of Pain survives as well. False promise. Doing enough to keep him alive there.
So the one time that Squad X does use his Sonic Wave, his target doesn't die.
No. And thanks to that push, even pushes him up to the save point on the high ground where he can just walk himself away.
Yeah, shit skill. Don't level it up at all. It's gonna miss you kills.
You know what's funny? Speaking about that, the Dooms that I've been seeing, and I'm pretty sure X3 were ones that did this as well in Shagara, haven't been leveling the Doom past level 1. Why? Explain it to me.
I mean, generally when you Doom someone, they're gonna die anyway. So you don't need to kill someone extra hard, you just need to kill someone.
Okay.
And the other spells allow you to have more pressure on the map while Doom is down.
But he's been leveling, or the Dooms that I've seen been leveling stats as well. It's not just about, you know, the leveling the other spells, but I'm talking like level 18, 19, only putting the 1 point into the Doom.
I mean, for stats it's the same. You just become stronger all the time instead of only with the Doom spell. Well, some games you may want to skill it up further, but it doesn't skill super well. If you look at it, the DPS goes up from like 30, 45, 60, but the cooldown is the same.
Yeah. Is that why we're seeing Dooms building into like the Octarine course and just getting that, at level 20 as well, getting the 35-second reduction on the Doom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And guys, don't forget again, if you are a new customer, you can click the banner below the stream, sign up for a free $15 bet here. The odds on screen in favor of VP, but not a massive gap between the two teams. So, I mean, there's not a massive gap between the two teams. Anyway, 3 and 6 in terms of kills and a 3k net worth lead here for VP at 16 minutes. It's not the most aggressive game we've ever seen.
It certainly is not. 9 kills, 17 minutes. I would have expected more from a game with like a Queen of Pain and a Batrider Prophet.
Well, we might see it coming out here. They're going to be able to do the damage out. Coming through, he gets the Sunder off, but the tree's going to go down. And now the Mortimer Kisses, they've got the root. Do they have the damage to take down Krilliat with a false promise? They at least get the kill onto the Queen of Pain. Now Sayu's trying to get himself away. Lasso does come out, and they're going to be cleaning up here. They do lose the Terrorblade in the tree, but it looks like X3 chasing down Notice. Can he get himself away? Flamebreak to push him back, but no, Natty Narwhal turns it back. Doesn't want to overcommit. Still a 3-for-2 trade. A good one there for X3.
That was such a huge overgrowth there. It called 4 heroes. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Prophet tried to protect himself with the Sprout as well, but just it did not work, and the lockdown onto the MP wasn't able to get himself away. Clean kills coming out for X3 after losing the carry.
I think the Doom on Queen of Pain was huge too. If she couldn't Sonic Wave or deal any more damage. Like the moment she got doomed, the fight was practically over.
Yeah, and like I said, really good overgrowth. The sharpshooter coming out from alone there as well, even through the false promise, and the bat holding that lasso until the false promise had already come out. So they do manage to turn it around after losing 2 heroes.
Still, 2k gold lead for VP though. And there you go, a free pick-off on the Batrider. Looks like he doesn't have his BKB just yet.
No, not yet. Oh, they're jumping now as well. They're going to try and get on top of Alone. Alone using that sharpshooter. He's going to be alone. He's going to die alone. As Squadix just continuing. Even the Living Armor coming out now shouldn't be enough. Especially if Krilliat wants to TP in, which he does, to push down onto this tier 1. So all the tier 1s on the side of X3. I mean, they're the ones with the Treant on their side as well, and they just can't get the protection for these towers. Meanwhile, on the side of VP, they haven't lost a tier 1 yet.
Yeah, they're just... X3 is just waiting for Terrorblade to become strong enough to start pushing towers, but he's quite far behind, actually.
Yeah, and would you expect... Well, they might actually be able to get a catch out onto... Is it the Terrorblade showing? Yeah, they might find him out here. The illusion's coming through, but the smoke. Do they find the real one? It's only going to be illusions as the real Terrorblade keeping himself up to the high ground. So, what is it that you think the Terrorblade's going to go for? Is it going to be the early BKB out for the Terrorblade, or is it Skadi? You know, what is it you want to see him build into?
I want to see him build all the items. He just needs something. Probably first Manta Skadi though. I feel like that's a solid start.
Did they actually get the... They don't have the vision on Dark. Dark has his shard up now as well. He's invis in the trees, moving himself around. Nature's Grasp comes out. It's a Cobalt. That's not a... They get an item from it, but... Yeah, Tiny just seen the first thing running at him. He's like, I've got to toss it. I've got to toss it. Just a tiny Cobalt. So... Yeah, Snapfire, Shard is up, Greaves are there as well, going straight towards, it looks like the Lotus. Meanwhile, the Doom on the top lane, Octarine, so no surprises there for me. Shagrat, he's got that blink, so he's got the initiation tool, and then straight into the Octarine for the cooldown reduction on the Doom. Quite nice, but the Avatos comes through. Sonic Wave gets committed. He pops the BKB. Does he turn himself around onto this now as well? Infernal Blade comes out. A lot of damage to Queen of Pain, though. False Promise. So he's going to be able to get his blink away. Ult for ult, and they don't get a pick off either. No, Krilliat, he gets the kill onto alone. Okay, so a little bit of a bonus here. But Ducal is just trying to keep the Queen of Pain alive through this Doom, and he will be able to do so.
Oh, and straight into the Roche they go. No Doom, no BKB on Doom. It's go time.
Yeah, and you can see that. I mean, they've got the wards on the map. If we take a look at that map, they know where the Terrorblade is. He's just moving through the jungle to farm up. They feel so comfortable to move into the pit to clean this one up here. And Roshan, it's not going to be the quickest in the world, but it will be the free one for VP.
That's probably the right call.
Yeah, the Tiny will go down. Avalanche comes through, but they do eventually get the kill, and Shagarat was able to pick that one up.
They did have to use a BKB on Batrider though. So now X3 can't fight for more than a minute. So it should be a free tier 2 somewhere.
Yeah, true. As Terrorblade, he is actually going to be going back. I don't know if he wants to complete, because he could go into the Manta if he wants to. He's got the gold for it, but it looks like he just wants the quick BKB.
Man, he's so poor.
I mean, yeah, he has been contested a few times, and even with the free fire moving out into the fights, he died twice now on the Terrorblade, so it's not like the free game that you'd expect to get where the rest of the team buys you time and space. He is being punished. It's fought. Going to be used for both sides here. And it looks like they want to put pressure. They're treeing in the trees. But can he delay this push onto the tier 2? God, can X3 even trade off a tier 1 for this while this is going on? It looks like they're not in the position to do so. Doom on the top lane, looking to put some pressure on. But there's going to be the rotation in from Tiny, and I expect as soon as this tier 2 goes down, there'll be more than one TP to that top lane to maybe get the kill onto the Doom. It does actually get that tier 1 tower.
It's already quite low.
Yeah. The jump in, Infernal Blade comes out, toss back now as well, Sharpshooter, it doesn't connect. Can they protect Sayush? Where's the rest of his team? They might want to turn and burn onto this now. Is Sayush going to be healed up from Ducalis? And they get a tower. So X3 happy with that, don't get the kill onto Sayush, but will get out with all of their lives.
It is quite a bad sign if you have a Midas Doom and a Terrorblade and you're behind in gold.
Yeah, and like you say, they just haven't been able to find the fights with VP. They're going to try and go for another one now, smoking out as 3 heroes. Ooh, who's close? It's the Queen of Pain closest. Might have actually scouted out the Terrible there in the bottom lane. So VP making that beeline, but there's going to be smoke on smoke action here. They find Savage. The Avalanche comes out once again. Infernal Blade onto the high ground. Did he get the kill onto Notice? Because that Doom will be out. Overgrowth gets committed now as well. Sonic Wave though. They blow up the tree and Noticed. He's still going for now. Does he even live through this? He's going to be taken down eventually. But Shagrat's going to trade his life. And now the Terrorblade coming in. Pushback Terrorblade has to pop the BKB. Sunder comes through. But Squadix, it doesn't get him the lowest. Anything to cancel that TP, it's not. So they shift targets. They take down alone. And now Terrorblade, he's going to be all alone as the rest of his team does get killed off, only trading out that Snapfire.
That was a BKB refuel from the Terrorblade, and he didn't really manage to kill anyone.
No. Good jump in, Sonic Wave coming through. You can see that Nati still taking a lot of damage from the right clicks from Krilliat there over his BKB, and Shagarat just goes so far to get the kill, secure the kill onto the Snapfire, that it ends up costing him his life. And yeah, no bashes, nothing to stop that TP out with the Terrorblade having that BKB up. But they still punish, they still take down that tier 2 tower in the mid lane here, VP. So a really good trade, an amazing trade. For the Terrorblade's life, they lose the tier 2, not to mention the rest of it. VP just finding kill after kill after kill.
7k gold lead now, and I don't see X3 getting back into this game easily. Because they need to commit a lot of spells to get any kills.
Yeah, the Bushwhack comes out onto the snap. Cookie was used, no follow-up. So Alone will be able to get himself away. But how does the Terrorblade find the farm? Because it looks like he's just being corralled back into his base. And VP taking over this map. How do X3 get back into this?
You can try to do like some wave skipping, like getting into the enemy triangle, pressuring the mid and bottom lane, but it's kind of hard. Because he's playing against a lineup that has a lot of mobility as well. Prophet can just follow him anywhere, and so can Quop, and he can't really pressure to kill them either.
Yeah. And Age is 38 seconds away, but VP, look at this. I mean, the Batrider trying to push out the bottom lane. Cloyd just instantly TP's down. He might give up these trains now to the Batrider, so a little bit of extra farm, but they have to commit Dark to protect this Batrider here as well, to make sure if they do go on the Bat, that he can throw that overgrowth out and the Bat gets out alive.
Man, this Bat is so poor. Everyone on X3 is just so poor, except for maybe the Doom.
But, like you say, the Doom with the Midas and a Devour, and he's not top of the net worth, that is still a failure for the Doom's farm.
Yeah, impressive by Squadix as well, because Quop isn't really on the same tier in terms of farming as a Nature's Prophet, Terrorblade, or Doom.
Okay, well, Nesphere, he's still looking for that farm. Actually going to go towards, after the BKB, going towards what looks like a Chrysalis, so not going to complete up onto the Manta style either. He did have a Skadi queued up, but it looks like he's changed his mind though.
He just needs to deal damage because no one else on his team is. The problem is it's gonna leave him with 1600 HP, so an Avatos and a Sonic Wave is gonna kill him.
Yeah, he really needs the quick fingers on the BKB. Speaking about BKBs, Shagarak gonna go for the BKB TP. Do they have the damage to go through? They don't, and Doom, he does get the TP out, but it's gonna cost him that next charge on the BKB. And Nature's Prophet going towards, in fact, he's got the gold for the Skadi after the next couple of creep waves.
That was so close with the Sonic Wave. I'm not quite sure if it would have killed him, but it was close.
Yeah, but you keep it and you force out a BKB, so you can go again. The next time you catch him out of position, and maybe this time without the BKB, they do get the kill.
And Nesphere is doing exactly what I suggested, just being in the enemy triangle, trying to cut waves on bottom and mid. It's like the one place he has to farm.
Would you then like to see VP commit a couple of wards to their own side of the map, or do you think it's more important that they do find the control and keep the vision around the Radiant side?
I think avoiding the triangle is the right call, and that's exactly what they did too.
Yeah. Okay, well, Dark TPs himself back into the base. Batrider, Blink Dagger, BKB, and a Boots of Travel. Not, again, not the most, and this is where I'm kind of looking at the bats, that if they are trying to dive in and start the fight off, what do they offer once that lasso's down? Because the Sticky Napalm, over a decent amount of time, oh, Sayush going to be able to get the blink away. Even with the Ogre Seal Totem, so he does get a good escape, but yeah, so the bat, once that lasso's up, if the fight goes long enough, the Sticky Napalm might be effective, but he's being blown up so soon at the beginning of these fights that he's not having the impact that another mid laner would have.
Yeah, it's just not ideal. If you're ahead as a Batrider, you can do quite a lot, even without the lasso, just because you have so much magic damage, but not in games like this. And then it just feels so bad to play.
Yeah, as Dark, about 150 gold away from the blink on the tree as well. How's the Quap looking? It's going to be a Hex into a Shivas. So extra protection, extra armor coming through, extra control once those BKBs are down. And Squadix for the minute has looked really good. He's making all the plays. He's directing the tempo here for VP, and VP really benefiting from it.
They're just waiting for Roche now. It's going to spawn in 1 minute. I don't think there is any chance for X3 to contest it, really. But at the same time, you don't want to give another Aegis plus shot to VP.
No. And, well, VP, they're making the smoke gank. Or do they actually find out? The reveal comes through in the trees, though. The blink forward. That's Fury pops that BKB. Immediately has to go for the TP away. So Sayush just gives him a parting slap. And, but yeah, that's the BKB down now for the Terrorblade for the next 90 seconds. And like I say, with Roche being 40 seconds away, that's the perfect timing for VP to move around, get the control around this pit, and say, okay, well, Commanders, you don't have a BKB, so we're just going to straight up kill you.
25 seconds now. Would like to see Krillad plant a Treant in the pit.
I think he did just have one in there. I think it just timed out.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, and VP, again, going back to how strong they've looked, because they did have to swap their carries. You know, they picked up Krillad last minute, and it didn't start off well for them. You know, they were being punished for it. There was a lot of synergy issues as this time Roche, they checked the pit. Yeah, Roche is going to be up. So I think Krilliat's evolved into this side of VP really nicely. You know, he's looking so comfortable now. And again, guys, don't forget you can pick up that free $15 bet. Just click the banner below the stream. New customers do get a free $15 bet when they sign up. So, Shard coming out. Who would you like to see that on VP?
Absolutely Quop.
Yeah?
It's not even close. It's easily the best shard they have.
Okay. And they do get it over. Yeah, you can see that Snapfire already had that one available. And Quop this time will get that shard out. So, let's see what they can do with it here. 4-man smoke coming out from X3, but not really coming too far out of their base, even with that smoke being up.
All they're finding is Sayu every once in a while.
Yeah, he's just like, he's stepping up onto the illusion. He's going to be the furthest one forward here. Dark, he's going to be invis in the trees. Alone comes out the bushwhack. They get the catch, they get the lasso, but they're committing a lasso onto a position for Tiny, and the Tiny is going to be dead near, and SV is going to try and chase down. They might have the damage onto the Queen of Pain, and do they want to go for even more? False Promise comes out. Cookie there to try and get the Queen of Pain out. Queen of Pain trying to run himself away. Gletnir on the back lines though. Sunder, can he trade this one off? The Terrorblade taking a lot of damage, and the Queen of Pain doesn't even die. Inferno Blade coming through onto the Nature's Prophet, but the Hex is going to be there with the Sprout to keep him locked down, and the Doom. He's going to be doomed himself. 4 heroes dead. Alone. Is it going to be 5 here? 5-man wipe. The back lines alone. He's just playing around them, but it's not going to be in the base. And again, 2 buybacks down on the side of X3, which just means that VP, they have all the control they need just to push into this base. And look at this. GG's just going to be called. X3, they know this game's over. They don't want to drag it out too much longer. 30 minutes in and a 17k net worth. VP for 1.
Felt pretty close at the start, but at some point, just... I don't know. X3 had no chance anymore. They lost the entire map.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily skill that much better. Like you said, maybe Batrider just isn't the hero that he's hyped up to be.
No. And I will harp on about that every single time he's picked up. The Batrider to me just does not look like a stable pick in the meta at the minute, even with how popular he is. And you can see the difference, 1, 5, and 6 there on the Bat to the 7, 1, and 8 on the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, really strong performance from this Queen of Pain. I would definitely give him the MVP. Not even close.
Yeah, well, we'll see if production agrees with you getting through, but even the offlanes as well. Doom had a really nice start, finding some farm. You were top of getting the Hand of Midas, but all of a sudden, VP switch onto it, and they're like, let's just go and shut him down, because the Terrorblade's going to be in the jungle for the next 20 minutes. We can go 4 versus 5. And Doom did get punished. I mean, he only died 4 times in that entire game, but they forced him away from the wave. They forced out a lot of BKBs with the rotation ganks, and Doom just was not able to get that head of steam that he wanted to get into this game.
I mean, there is something to be said for Ducales MVP as well, because he was playing a saving support, and he didn't die a single time, like the least deaths in the entire game. And I think it's between Squadix and Ducales.
Yeah, and Squadix, he just set the tempo for that game. And you see the death time there, 47 seconds. So he was in and around. He was getting the main Doom target, like I say. Ducales setting up with those false promises to keep him alive. And then once that Doom wore off, just straight back into the fight, straight up doing damage. And found a whole lot of net worth. The Queen of Pain looked really, really good. And there was no way for X2 to really deal with that hero in the end, because VP, great team play between themselves.
Yeah, I think they should have expected the Quop follow-up to the Batrider, and I don't know, maybe like anticipated or not pick bad at all, but we'll see. We'll see for the next game.
Yeah, guys, that is only game number 1. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second game of the series right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Getting into this second game here. X3, you know, they did have an all-right start. The Doom found some space, but Wingblade in the end, VP able to lock them down and take the game to them. So X3 in this next series, excuse me, the next game, looking to have a little bit more of an impact. Is it, again, can we 100% blame the bat? Was that just the entirety of that game we can put on the bat shoulders?
Can we 100% blame the bat? Yes, we absolutely can. Would it be justifiable? Maybe not, but let's just go for it. It was all the bat's fault. If they don't pick bat, they're gonna win game 2 for sure.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, you could see that, again, just that bat, not even the player, just the bat hero itself just threw that game immensely. So X3 coming through. Hopefully they do get a bit of a better draft here in this second game up against VP. But VP looking incredibly comfortable. So... no, never mind. Let's just we call it here. Yeah. This is game over. So the Enigma coming out up against Alina. Who was it that ran this yesterday? I have seen this before. It is X3 ran it up against YNT, and it did look good up until the point where, in fact, YNT ran it in the first game as well. It looked good, but the point, the Enigma went for the Greaves first and not a BKB Blink. So it was really hard for the Enigma to try and come in because there was silencers in there. You know, there was a Sven position 5 that was throwing Stormhammers from a distance. So with this Enigma, I'm hoping the X3 have learned. and they go straight up. Yeah, hookshot comes through, and it even goes through BKB. So it's going to be so hard for the Enigma to land that black hole and keep it going consistently, even if he does get the jump onto the Lina here in this game.
Yeah, I really don't get this kind of thing where you would willingly give another team the Lina because you think you can counter it.
Mhm.
But it's like, no, you can't counter it because the thing about Lina that's so good is that she's really strong in lane. So she beats most heroes, but even if you manage to beat her in lane, she has 400 free attack speed. So she's just gonna jungle and she's gonna outfarm any carry in the game, and she skills insanely well. So yeah, there is probably like some kind of strategy that you can do against it, but why risk it?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Stop it.
No, I don't understand either. As the Batrider does give him the Batrider, it's a free game. Yeah, no, I watched yesterday as Alina got down to about, let's say, about 50 health, and then didn't get touched, got some protection from the team, activates the Satanic, and all of a sudden right back up to 4k health in like 10 seconds, something like that, something ridiculous. And the other team got punished for it. In fact, I think it was X3 that did get punished for it up against YNT. And yeah, maybe X3 just gluttons for punishment here coming into this next series, giving away the Lina.
Yeah, maybe this is what they need to learn, right? It's still early in the tournament. You can just fall on your face a few times, lose against the Lina, then you learn to ban it, and you win the tournament, right?
Yeah. It's like the SpongeBob meme, right? How many times do we need to teach you this lesson, old man? Coming in with the Lina and just looking to rip them apart. But the tiny Enigma is a nice combo to come through onto the Lina. Again, I think that, God, you even need to kill the Clockwork, though, before the Enigma can go up to the Black Hole. And I wouldn't be surprised to see for VP go for something else like the Silencer 4 as well here.
Yeah, they already have all the answers to Enigma that they need, and we haven't even left the first phase yet.
No.
Radiant team.
Okay, so if you are on X3, you see this Lina Clockwork pick coming through, and once you are done panicking and putting out fires, what are you saying? What are you looking to draft here? What are your answers from X3?
So there are a few heroes in the carry position that work quite well against Lina. I would usually say Void is a very good one, but Void and Enigma is always kind of an awkward combination. Another one that works really well is Ursa. But
My analyst has been broken. X3 have just completely shut down Wingblade's brain, and it looks like it's going to be a solo cast because I can see a little bit dribbling out of his ears, though.
So
5 seconds remaining.
They're playing against the highest consistent attack speed hero in the game. And they're like, you know what we need in our fights? A tombstone that needs a set amount of hits to be killed. Maybe they could just pick a Phoenix next and be done with it.
Yeah, true. So the Pango comes out for VP. At this point, they could draft anything. You know, put the IO in the mid lane here, and I'd be like, yeah, no, it's gonna work because there's a Lina in this game. And the Snapfire comes back out, so extra control.
Yep.
Okay.
So Snapfire completely kills the tombstone as well with the little shredder.
Yeah.
And then the Lina doesn't even need to. Like, if you wanna pick Undying, you have to ban Snapfire because it just doesn't work otherwise. You're just a tanky melee creep. I do like the Ember this game. It looks decent.
Yeah. Way
as a
better
whole,
than
their
Batrider.
lineup isn't bad. It's just that they're bad against the heroes that VP already drafted.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
So, if you're looking at X3,
5
I mean,
seconds
you were talking
remaining.
about the Ursa, but again, the Ursas that I've seen, I think across all regions, I looked this up, it sat on a 54% win rate. I don't know what I think it was something like a 40%. It might even been even worse in the Eastern European region because of things like this. The LSA coming out, you know, you've got the hookshot, the cogs, battery assault, rolling thunder, cookie coming through, all of this control, and then even looking at 4-staffs that the Clockwork probably gets. In this game, you know, instead of the shard and the jetpack, you look for the 4-staff, you look for Hex is coming out as well. The amount of control that the Ursa has to deal with, even with the Enrage being there, even with the BKB being there, once that wears off, he's just been out controlling these fights, and it just to me doesn't look like a hero because it doesn't have mobility until it gets a Blink Dagger. The Earthshock really isn't that great. So to me, I'm looking at that hero and I'm just thinking,
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not impressed when it comes out because teams know how to play around it. You know, they have that synergy. It might look great at pubs, even at high level, when that synergy isn't there. But in pro play, the hero just doesn't really look that impressive.
Radiant
I've
team
seen a
battle.
lot of raid boss Ursas.
Yeah.
I feel like it could work. But the sniper ban is something that I quite like. I think it's one of the better matchups against Lina. It's not the in-your-face style, it's the I'm gonna outrange you style.
Yeah. What are you looking for then? Because the Drow Ranger is still available. Would you like to see that up against VP's lineup, or do you just think the gap close is way too much?
I think the Drow is maybe the best
10
option they have
seconds
left,
remaining.
because you had this long monologue about
5
Ursa, and I don't fully
seconds
agree with it, but it is very awkward to play together with like an Undying Tiny, because you have like a full melee draft.
Yeah.
And the enemy just picks something like I don't know, they don't even have to pick anything else because they already have heroes that punish melee heroes.
So just 4v5, just let
Yeah.
Sayush step out for the match.
Yep.
Well, probably not going to be happening. I think we are going to be seeing a final pick coming through. Yeah, it is going to be the Dragon Knight. Oh, so it's actually a snap by a 4. Okay.
Yeah, that was what I was expecting. It's really nice against the Undying, and I feel like Dragon Knight mid against
10
Ember is actually
seconds
quite good.
remaining.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure who is the DK player on VP.
Drow
It
Ranger
looks like it may be
choose your hero.
noticed with Squadix playing Pango more often. I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah.
I think it's just a player preference thing, and I would definitely expect Squadix to play the Pango.
Yeah, so it is going to be the mid lane Pangolier with Noticed on the Dragon Knight, and the Drow Ranger does come through. So,
Yeah,
looking
no
at these lineups,
surprises.
I don't even think I need to ask you the question, but I am going to do anyway. Between these two teams, who is the favorite coming into the second game?
I think it's VP for sure.
Yeah.
X3 has they have a really nice draft. Let me be positive. I think their draft, they have like decent lanes, they have good mid-game fighting, they have nice scaling. It's just that it doesn't work against VP, or I expect it to not work against VP, because their lanes aren't super good against the specific heroes that VP has, and in mid-game team fights, the Enigma is almost going to be a non-factor,
Yeah.
just because of how many tools VP has to deal with it. Undying is literally going to be a creep, because his Tombstone is completely countered by 2 separate heroes, and he's really slow, so Lina is just going to eat him alive. Pango is going to have practically free reign, so I don't know, it's VP for me, and I would be very, very surprised if X3 took this game.
Okay. I think I'm going to agree with you as well. I think X3, they just didn't look comfortable in that last game towards probably about the 10-minute mark, and VP were just able to rotate around and find the farm. And now up against the Clockwork, like I said, it's going to be able to dive in on the Enigma when those black holes come out. How scary Lina looks in general, and not really having a real answer to the Lina. I just think even with the Drow Ranger coming through, there's a lot of backline dive to get to him, especially with the Dragon Knight coming out. Dragon blinks into the Dragon Tail onto the Drow Ranger, gets the Breathe Fire to reduce the damage even more as well. It's going to be really hard, I think, for X3 to fight into this VP lineup.
I think maybe if they do really well on the Ember, that could be their saving grace.
Yeah.
Because it is a really nice Ember game.
True. True. And guys, don't forget you can click the banner below the stream. If you are a new customer, get yourself a free $15 bet. All you need to do to sign up is click the banner below the stream, and that's how you get in. Meanwhile, some wards coming through, so some camps being blocked from the side of X3. Noticed is already down here. There's no treant, but he's eating those trees away with the Quailing Blade anyway.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see. Are we gonna get any rune action this game?
4 heroes on that top room stacking up, but it looks like the Observer Ward from both sides will be spotting it out. So maybe we see a split. Actually, he might be going for all 4 here, VP. They are looking to make a move. It looks like the Dragon Knight. Does he turn himself around as Ducalis in the river? They're setting up to position like this to go for the rune snatches. DK's in. Is this going to be all 4? It's not. Okay. Nesphere does get 1. So it is still going to be a 3 for 1, but they get the 1, which is the most important part. At least he gets something out of it.
I would have been quite surprised if DK committed for that rune. Because he could actually have died there.
Yeah.
To the frost arrows and DK spam. Like, it's not a lot of damage, but it's a lot of consistent damage and slow.
Yeah, and again, with Dragon Knight, no way out here. Mid lane, Squadix comes through. Already, you can see the Flame Guard coming out for the Ember Spirit. How do you expect this mid lane to go?
I think it's gonna be pretty even. Both heroes are just gonna use spells to secure CS. And then they're gonna go for some kind of rotation when they hit level 6, most likely.
Yeah, Sarius going to be chased down. A lot of harass coming out from Nesvia there onto the Snapfire. So, at least in this lane, the Undying should have a good time because of the decay onto 2 strength heroes. You can see them grouping up as well, just trying to play together, protect each other, but it does mean they are going to be open to those decay spams that the Undying will be putting out. Meanwhile, top lane, Lina, I really don't see her having a bad time on this lane, even with the Eidolons come through, even with the range creeps being stolen away from her.
Yeah, but maybe we're just super wrong and Enigma is extremely strong against Lina.
That would not be the first time, it probably wouldn't even be the first time today that I've been super wrong. As the
yeah, same.
Undying spamming, he's on a health kick here, this Undying. Got himself, he's already eaten 1, but 6 mangoes left in that backpack.
He's not gonna get scurvy.
I mean, he's already dead, so I think he might already have that.
The life of an Undying is rough.
Yeah, as mid lane Squadix taking a lot of punishment, and it isn't the first time today we've seen an Ember Spirit completely zone a hero out of lane. Squadix looking for the bottle up. The runes will be available here, but it looks like Ember trying to get that last bit of harass out, force those creeps in underneath the tier 1 tower, make it a little bit harder for the Pango to get the last hits there as well. Go on, show us the win rate. Natty Narwhal, 65% win rate here over 45 games. So that is a really impressive start, and maybe that might be, like you say, the difference maker here. This Ember Spirit, if you can have a massive impact in the game, might be able to turn the tides in favor of X3.
He's doing some interesting shenanigans.
Yeah. And wouldn't be the first time that I've seen that happen. The lanes have been popping up all over the map, in the rivers, in the jungle, behind the tier 1, you know, just in front of the tier 2. The creep pulls coming through both, I mean, teams across every region seem to be in control of that now. I love that Dragon Tail onto Dark. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's just the frustration there of the Undying with his right clicks coming up, and he's just like, bro, just chill out a minute. You know, take a break. Here's your timeout while I get some last hits.
It's quite cheap as well, level 1 Dragon Tail. It's a great value point.
Do you opt for more points into it before you're level 6, or is it just going to be that value point and you start to stack up the Dragon's Blood and the Breathe Fire?
It's for sure gonna be just a value point. I think every single Dragon Knight, no matter the position, maxes Dragon's Blood these days.
Yeah. Okay, we'll keep an eye out to see what his build is going to be. Snapfire against Sayush, just trying to get the half pull through onto the creep, so he will be able to pull that lane back with just the 1 going forward. So the momentum should shift in favor of VP on that lane for a little bit, at least until the Undying decides he wants to do it right back. Top lane, how's Alone looking? Coming through, he's going to be able to get the toss back into a load of Eidolons. The Malefice comes out as well with Ducalis. He has that battery sword just in case Alone wants to get close. Taking a lot of damage on the Eidolons to break vision. Is he going to be able to get the vision here to get that last hit off? The Eidolon's not going to be able to secure it, and Ducalis a little bit faster. Turns back here now as well, breaking some ankles. Alone, he's going for that deep chase, but it's not what the clockwork is. Toss comes through, but it looks like it was just for a courier kill though.
In the mid lane, both heroes doing fine. Pango has a slight lead, so well done to him. After the rough early start against the Flame Guard, he's doing quite well for himself now.
Yeah, but Squadix with only 42% on that win rate, so if you're backing someone to win this mid lane, You know, it might be going the way of the Ember Spirit in this game. Natty Narwhal having that slight higher win rate. I say slight, I mean, Natty taking a lot of punishment from Squadix, but Squadix is going to be out of mana here. Slider Fist coming through just to get the harass off, and Squadix trying to use that bottle. And Natty, yeah, just punishing him, not letting him do that. As he does get that wave back, so he's going to be finding some farm. Like you say, top of the net worth. And the Swashbuckle, even the rotation through. He's only level 5, so there's no remnant to jump away to. And Natty, he's going to be punished. Sayush with a really good rotation in, and he get the kill. Squadix trying to bait him in with the low health, the low mana. And Natty falls for it.
Yeah, really nice timing there, right before the level 6.
And how is Krilliat looking? Going straight towards the Maelstrom. And have you seen any variation on the builds for the Lenas, or do you expect Falcon's Blade and Maelstroms into Gleipnirs, BKBs?
Yep, that's par for the course.
Yeah.
I feel like this iteration of the hero has been pretty much figured out.
Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be a shame when it gets nerfed. All the double damage gets denied by Sayush. Dark rotating as well.
Is it really gonna be a shame, Rob? I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is. I was, well, up until it got really popular, I was using that hero to get, you know, some free MMR in there, and now it gets banned every match, so I can't even pick it up.
Oh, I love to hear it.
But yeah, I'm more looking forward to when that Ricky goes away. Ricky, I cannot stand.
Poor Ricky, you don't even see him that often.
It's because he's invis all the time. The little invisible... I can't say the word on stream because it's not family friendly.
I mean, I'm sure you have some family-friendly creative insults, right?
You'd be surprised. Probably at least PG-13.
Fair enough, we'll save them for like the late night stream then.
Yeah. For when the NA region rolls around, that's when we get past the watershed. And don't forget, guys, you can click that banner below the stream, get yourself a free $15 bet. That is available to new customers. All you need to do is click the banner below to get yourself over there. And now Natty Narwhal, again, he does have that level, well, he's level 7 now, so he has that remnant up. Not looking for the punishment though, alone caught in the cogs, and Ducalis, he's going to be able to set up for a really nice kill. Krilliat closing that one out, and the Tiny just not able to get away. Yeah, so the Falcon's Blade there, straight into the Maelstrom for the Lina. And that's just going to accelerate the Lina's farm so much.
Yeah, so silly.
And have you come up with a plan yet? How you think X3 are going to deal with this hero?
We'll get back to that one.
Okay. Well,
The Drow is keeping up in terms of net worth so far.
yeah, so far, as Notice going to be punished here with the Frost Arrows coming through. Level 6 as well, onto the Drow. So Notice going to be taking some extra damage. Has to move himself back, but the Cookie comes through. Is this another great bait, mate? Sayush is going to be getting the Scatterblast off, but no Cookie in. So no jump on the Drow underneath that tier 1 tower.
So we haven't seen any rotations yet from either the Fungo or the Ember. Both really unwilling to risk the rotation. It's kind of hard lanes to gank as well.
Yeah. And how would you go about doing it, to be honest? I mean, oh, Dragon Tail's going to come through. Sayush with a Scatter Blast damage onto Dark. The Cookie! No, it was onto the Creep! Oh, well, mistakes were made, and Dark, he thanks his lucky stars. Maybe it was VP just putting the fear of God in him. He's just saying, that's a warning shot, but next time, next time, you've got to be careful.
So where's the tips? Like, come on, guys. It's so boring.
Yeah. Where's the sportsmanship, as I'm told it's referred to here? Good or bad? Apparently it's just sportsmanship.
Dire's
I mean, it's 0 and 2. You're not playing this for yourself. You're playing this for the viewers. Make it interesting.
Yeah, bottom lane, it might get interesting down there. And 3 heroes stacking up, and you can see that on the top lane, Ducalis being left alone to find that quick 6. But Krillyak in the mid lane, trying to find the farm. Bottom lane, they do get the kill onto Dark. 3 heroes down here. SquadX going to be able to go with that Rolling Thunder, or he might be able to if the Avatars doesn't come through and get the kill. Still not gone down just yet. He might be able to just roll himself away. They see him rolling. They really are hating because he can't get that kill. Sayush, though, he might be the sacrificial lamb. Nasphere does pick the kill up there onto Sayush. So, the Pango out. They do get the kill onto the Clockwork there as well. So they even it up. I say even it up. They trade off because of Dark going down, and they do take down both supports here on the side of X3. While that's going on, Krilljak's just getting all the space in the world. Even Notice just goes back to farming because the Drow moves into the jungle.
I reckon that VP feels very little pressure right now. They're static farming on 3 lanes, and the Enigma really isn't that scary this game.
No. Undying looking to contest this pull, just look for some farm for himself, it looks like, and again, get up to that level 6 as quickly as possible. Just the 1 point into the tombstone, like you say. Only a value point because the ways that VP have to clean this one up, it's not going to be standing for too long.
You say it's a value point on Tombstone, but for which team?
Yeah. Well, they are going to be able to get the kill, though, onto the Lina. Yep, definitely secure that. Nati picks it up. Really nice rotation smoke. Even with the high ground stance there from Krillyak, they were still able to find that jump in. Nasphere, though, might be the return kill. Multimachis is going to dive through with the Rolling Thunder. And Nasphere, he's going to be SquadX rolled down to death.
Even takes the big creep. Insult to injury.
Yeah, gotta find that farm wherever you can. Ducalis, though, the Avalanche doesn't actually land, and Ducalis, close to that level 6, but being hunted through the Eidolon's going to go for the TP. Any way to stop this? Malefit's not in range, so you just have to settle for taking down the tier 1 tower.
They are finally gonna get the tier 1.
It's going to be a trade-off, though, it looks like. Dark trying to do what he can with a Flesh Golem to protect this. Dragon Knight with the Dragon Form, it's most of the way through. And there are your tips, just to get the protection off onto the tower. Moving up onto it, though, Ducalis is here, level 5. The Snapfire was close. I don't know if he has that value point into the little shredder, but Notice definitely will be able to get that tier 1 tower. And now, Dark, he just has to shamble his way away from this.
Almost diffusal for SquadX. That's gonna be very nice against these low mana heroes on X3.
Yeah, and even low mobility as well. Only really the Ember Spirit that's got any sort of escape mechanism. And do you expect... I mean, alone here, we don't know what he's building to. He has those mana boots coming out, but do you expect VP to look to start to get aggressive on the map now that that tier 1 tower's down? Do you expect the Dragon Knight to start to look to rotate?
I think so, yeah. This is gonna be a pretty nice timing for VP.
Okay. I was going to say, I mean, the Clockwork still doesn't have that 6-up just yet, so he still doesn't have the hookshot engage. He's close, but he doesn't have it just yet.
Yeah, that always feels really bad on Clock.
I'm surprised they didn't give him the tome, to be honest. Or maybe they did, and maybe it just wasn't enough.
Could be, yeah. But at least they had a pretty quick 6 on the Snapfire, and I think that one is more important.
Yeah. And Dark looking to get some D-Wads now. He is level 6. He might not even need it. Trying to chase down Swashbuckle, but it is going to be the cliff and the shield crash to get himself down to the low ground. SquadX should be able to find the kill onto Dark. The rotation comes through. Still going to be a lot of damage. Rolling Thunder the back lines. Point blank hookshot to get that kill. Multi-Kiss is going to rain down, and they outburn the Ember Spirit here. They might even go for more. With that Dragon Form
nice
up.
Kills.
Yeah,
Should be a tier 1.
Should be able to put the pressure, just cleaning up these illusions on the Ember. But yeah, they should with this Dragon Form. The illusions be a pain in the ass, trying to pull the creep waves away. And they're not going to be able to get it, buying so much time here, these Ember illusions.
I'm gonna commit for it.
So, Scatterblast comes in onto Dark. But with the marksmanship arrows coming through here, Drow going to be able to do a lot of damage in Sayush. And everybody on the side of VP just want to back themselves away. Even that Dragon Form should be fading off in the next couple of seconds.
There we have the Tombstone. It did like 13 damage to the Pango, so that's nice.
13 more than I was expecting in this game.
Now
yeah,
it's X3's turn to pressure. I think they have a mech on Enigma, right?
yes.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And while that's going on, the Dragon Knight's down on the bottom. That was all 5 heroes from the side of X3 committed to take down that tier 1, while Krilliak continues to farm. And Notice was pushing out the bottom lane as well. And the Dragon form of Squadix might get caught out. Who did he go for? It's going to be the Courier. And now the Avalanche. It just does delay the Rolling Thunder. That might still come through. And there's not going to be any follow-up, though. It looks like Squadix just going to use it to get himself away from danger.
Yeah, you don't really want to take your chances against an Enigma, because he can just black hole you inside the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, this is still all this happening. It's still buying time for the Lina to find the farm, and Lina, top of the net worth, only been killed off, I think, the once from that rotation from the Ember and the Tiny.
The Drow is struggling a bit, but to counteract that, both the Enigma and the Ember are having a good amount of fun in this game.
Yeah, Dragon forms out. Ember, though, does he want to chase down onto Notice? Notice is a big tanky boy, or big tanky dragon at the minute. As you can see, using that Dragon form, going straight towards the BKB as well here for the DK. Dark rotating in, but Notice looks like he's already away. Has that Blink Dagger, can need to get himself out. Actually has the backup, so the Dragon Tail comes in. The Cookie now as well, closing that gap, and it looks like it is going to be the Undying, who sadly not living up to his name though. Ember though. Oh, big dive away right into the weight arms of Squadix and Ducalis. And yeah, he's out of mana. Ducalis, he doesn't even need to come in with a hook shot. They just get the kill. Great space to be able to bait out the Ember Spirit, to dive into his Remnant, and just waited with the gank squad to get the kill. Even the tips. Okay, there are your tips. Hook, who did he find? Oh, Drow. They get the angle. The Mortimer kisses are going to rain down here. X3. It's not a great time. The Diffusal Blade out onto the Undying, who's going to be slowed down. And yeah, the Drow range without the BKB just keeps getting punished.
The map is getting smaller and smaller for X3, and now even the tier 2 mid lane is no longer safe.
No. When would you expect? Do they have to look for a pick-off onto the Enigma before they go for a Roshan here, VP? Which, it might be closer than it seems.
That's unfortunate pause timing. But I don't think the Enigma is that scary, because he has a Blink now, which is nice, but he still doesn't have something like a BKB, so every single hero on VP can actually cancel the black hole.
And you can see that Tiny is low, stunned up now as well. Shagrat's trying to come in, but there's a Clockwork just off camera that might be able to walk in with the battery assault here onto Shagrat. So Notice and Sayush, do they go for the kill onto the Tiny and then try and follow up here onto that Enigma on the cliff? In fact, the Enigma has... I know the Eidolons are going to be the majority of the damage, but the right-click damage from the Enigma has been reduced from the neutral. And guys, odds on the screen. So don't forget, you can click that banner below the stream to get yourself a free $15 bet there. But yeah, Shagrat, it's not the best position to be in here for this Enigma.
That was hot.
It certainly is not. Does Tiny have spells ready though? I think he does, right? He has too much mana to have used anything.
Yeah, true. And we will see, but yeah, the Enigma has those Greaves up. So he does have the heal to come through that way. We'll see what the Tiny can do. Go when ready. And we'll see if X3 just say, well, we're not ready. And we'll never be ready for this.
I think he's just going to run away. There is an option to try and go for the Snapfire, but Snapfire has like 1300 HP.
Yeah.
So it's an unlikely kill. Especially with the Eidolons timing out or being reduced in damage.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Do they turn alone? The Greaves do come through here. The Battery Shield, the Cogs come out now as well. So, Enigma, at least he has those Eidolons to clear off the Cogs. But they might even go for more. Where's that Cookie? It looks like they are just going to turn themselves around. So, just pushing away the side of X3 there from the wrong side of the map. And how's the Dragon Knight? Not too far away from the BKB, about 1500 gold, which at the pace he's going at the minute, you know, he's going to be able to pick that one up fairly soon.
I would like to see him get a shot afterward. Speeds up your farming so nicely.
Yeah, the push potential that does come out. Alone, just looking towards that Blink Dagger, about 700, 800 gold away. Meanwhile, in the river, there's going to be the catch out, the Clockwork here with the 4-staff, but he should still go down. The idle on damage, and Dark actually picks up the kill.
Doug gets his first kill participation trophy.
Woo!
Ooh, there's the tombstone. There we go.
Yeah, they're going to go into this, and VP don't know this is happening, so it looks like a free Roshan for the side of X3.
Oh.
That...
The 2+ assistant really likes this X3 draft.
Yeah. It's a real. I mean, they took the Roshan, so the assistant's just like, well, they must be ahead. You know, we've got to keep this pretty even though the kills going the way of VP, the net worth going the way of VP. X3 keeping it close, according to the old AI assistant.
I'm wondering who would win this game if it went like super late.
The viewers, I assume. As long
True.
as the kill participation like skyrocketed, then yeah, probably the viewers.
Because one tombstone is easily countered. But when you have like 3...
Well, okay. The hook shot. It actually lands onto the Tiny. Dark doesn't have mobility to get himself away from this as well, so great targeting to come through here for VP. Cogs and Cookie, and that's the death of the Tiny. Ember Spirit, though, does he want to rotate it into this? The Drow Ranger has that Aegis now as well. He might be able to get the kill onto the Pango. Pango, what's he going to be able to do? He's silenced. Swashbuckle, it comes out, gets him just out of range of the multi-shot. But Natty turns around, just gives him a quick bonk, and gets the kill there onto the Pangolier. While that's going on in the bottom lane, Krilliat, it's not safe to show on stream, but Krilliat just getting that push out, taking down a tier 2 and pushing onto the high ground there from the side of VP onto X3's high ground.
Yeah, so VP trades 3 for 2, but they also get a tier 2 and an outpost, so I definitely think it's worth it for them. Even if it does suck losing your mid laner.
Yeah. And I suppose the mid lane is the Pango at the point, you know, when he has that diffusal blade, he's happy to throw his life away to get the kills. Maybe not in that instance, but yeah, he looks like he wants to be making the plays. Meanwhile, the Cookie comes out, the stun onto the Ember, and no follow-up, and you can see the X3 just grouping up around Natty to make sure if anything does happen, they can respond.
Ooh, DD Lina now. What's she gonna do with this?
Kill everybody would be my answer.
Looks like killing jungle creeps mostly.
Well, jungle creeps fall under everybody.
True.
Is alone though. Smoke rotation coming out the wards. Avatos comes through. They might be able to get the jump, but the Dragon Knight pops that BKB and just backs himself away. Even gets the blink away. So that might be the early warning system for Krilliat as he does continue on the bottom lane. Yeah, just maybe hide yourself away there, buddy. Maybe go for a TP if you've got one, as he does just push himself up to the top lane here. Noticed, still looking, and in fact, the DK going for a Hex. Do you think he goes for the Scepter first, though?
I would like him to. Why would you get a Hex? You already have like a... practically a Hex. A 3.5 second stun.
Yeah, it's never enough, really. The lockdown comes through, the bounce around here with the Rolling Thunder, so they pop this Aegis. Tombstone's going to be down. Swashbuckle out, though, Dark. He's trying to contest up. He's trying to push through to the rest of the side of VP, but VP just move themselves away. Now the Ember Spirit diving in. Gets the lockdown onto the Clockwork. Clockwork just drops the cogs, and X3 all of a sudden smoking up. What can he do, though? Because there's no more Aegis, and the Drow, not the richest hero. Even the Ember Spirit, not the richest. Now they might be able to get the jump onto the Pango. Pango, the Gust comes through now as well. They will be able to get the kill. Clockwork this time might go down. Will go down. Natty gets that kill.
Some nice kills going X3's ways. I feel like VP just needs to be careful about their positioning because they're having to waste BKBs. And that's kind of their ticket to winning fights.
Yeah. And again, while all of this is happening, Krilliat just continues to... He's playing a pretty convincing PvE game in this. I don't even think he knows there's other players in this game.
Yeah, his team has 12 kills. He's been involved in 1.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of though, Cookie, if they time this right, LSA comes through, Laguna Blade, the Cookie is going to be there with the stun. Now it's 2. He doubles his kill participation. Mid lane, Did they actually make the dive? There is going to be the TP and the hookshot comes out. They have the lockdown for the Enigma. Is the damage going to be enough to get the kill, though? Because that Soul Rip coming through the Clockwork, trying to heal up onto the Enigma. Rolling Thunder connects. Greaves are going to be used. It looks like they want to target down onto the Enigma. And Shagrat, can he get himself away from this? He can't. Dark will be able to get the TP out alone on that cliff. But Nesphia, he's going to be in trouble. With no mobility. I'm not seeing how he gets himself away. It was cute, but there was always heroes around to get that kill.
Villa didn't even have to use his BKB there, so all 3 cores for X3 falling. VP cementing their lead.
Yeah, and he's clearly that's what, about 400 gold away from a full Gleipnir as well. So the control coming through onto X3. Oh, the blink in. Rocket Flare though was that Dragon Tail. You don't actually see alone.
Still has the Hex queued up. Just buy the shard. Just do it.
Well, maybe he thinks he's getting that free shard from Roche.
Could be, yeah.
Because who else do you give it to? Clockwork already has the Force Staff, so it doesn't really need that jetpack desperately. And Lina, probably out of the 5 heroes there, probably the worst. Oh, Ducalis. To get that D-Ward off, he's cliffed himself. But yeah, Lina's probably the worst shard in the side of VP.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, maybe that's his plan. Then I don't mind, but I still think he should buy Scepter.
Yeah. Yeah, the 4th tier dragon, that black dragon, is really nice to have. Just being able to have that flying movement speed and the extra damage that comes through. Speaking about damage, the Greaves, Saryush, can he keep himself alive? It looks like the cookie down to the low ground. It's not going to be enough. Again,
nice
it
kill.
was cute. It was cute to get down to the low ground, but not enough to keep him alive. And so X3 not completely out of this game at 25 minutes like I thought was going to be with the Lina pickup, but Drow Ranger still needs to catch up in terms of net worth, about 5,000 gold between the Lina and the Drow. At some point, do you think X3, did he try and slow down the aggression here to let the Drow Ranger farm, or is it just kill, kill, kill for X3, just to try and stop VP from building this momentum?
I think they need to find the kill somehow, because the Lina is going to outfarm the Drow.
Yeah. Ooh, they get the dive out, they get the kill onto Alone, and even Ducalis might just be able to make himself away. Yeah, he gets himself away, and on low health, but Low is still alive. And that's what counts. So, DK in the dragon form, it is about a third of the way through here. Roche at least 40 seconds away. So VP, what can they do with this? The blink comes in, and the Searing Chains, they don't connect, and Dragon Knight is away. And again, X3 just being locked down inside of the space. Ember Spirit going for that shard into the Lincolns. The Lincolns is going to be nice. As long as, well, the Dragon Tail into the Mortimer Kisses, Rolling Thunder comes through. And the Lincolns would have been a hell of a lot nicer right about there.
Big cooldowns used by VP though.
Yeah. Ghost comes in. Gleipnir, though, is going to be coming out. They might be able to get the kill onto the Tiny once again. Tiny not going to be able to get himself away from this. The hookshot on the back lines. Cogs get dropped, and now Shagrat trying to run himself away, but the Bullwhip slowing him down, even with these Swashbuckle coming through. They clean up 3. Can they make it 4? He noticed. Well, the Jackpack is there. And Nesphia, Gleipnir on top of the high ground. The Ghost pushing them back with a jump in from the Dragon Knight. Gets the Dragon Tail off. Under the tier 3, even with the tier 2 tower still standing, the Drow Ranger just gets put in the mosh pit and gets taken down.
Middle tower is under attack.
This game is starting to look harder and harder for X3, to put it mildly.
Yeah, look at this.
That's a nice attempt onto the Pango, but with the Greaves and the Cookie Heal and the Wand, it just goes back to full HP and mana.
Yeah, even trapping Dark out in the Cogs there, the target priority that they kill off the Enigma before they go back for the Undying.
Did you see the Tombstone, by the way?
I did not.
It died to Little Shredder. Like 1 second.
I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that the Tombstone went down to a Little Shredder.
It's insane, isn't it?
What is the world coming to? Yeah, it's going to be a quick rush as well. 44 seconds before the big man's back up in his cave. And while this is going on, you can see that X3, they're just losing objective after objective. And VP, they're stacking up. They should be able to protect around this pit here. And even with the Dragon Form being down, look for the second rush.
Noticed he has Hex money after this Ancient Camp.
Ooh, he's got 2 of the items as well. I think he's already picked up the Mystic Staff. Yeah, and the Ultimate Orb. So that is going to be the Hex coming out from the DK, and there it is.
It's such a weird item choice, but Hexes are always good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I think that's why it's been built more. With the rise of the Lotuses, with the rise of the Lincoln Spheres, definitely the Lincoln Spheres, just having that extra break, and then the control to come out afterwards, it is always nice. And the DK, like you say, Hex comes out, it gets revealed, and Tiny, he's not going to be enjoying this.
Do you ever buy the strongest item in the game just to buy Lincoln Spheres? I mean, to remove them?
Well, no, but extra control is always nice. So if you break it with, like, the Dragon's Tail, then you can use the strongest item in the game.
Uh-huh. So you use the strongest...
the strongest
target, no ultimate stun?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it checks out.
Hey man, you have to break those Lincolns somehow.
Fair enough. Roach is gonna get absolutely demolished. And Noticed steals the Aegis.
Okay. Who got the shard? Did they give it to the Pangolier?
Oh no, they gave it to the...
Oh, no, yeah, Dragonite did get. Okay. Pangolier already had his.
Damn. That's one greedy boy. He's like, give me the Aegis, and also give me the shard.
Wow.
And Aegis is so bad on DK.
Yeah, but I mean, Lena's already got 20k net worth. He doesn't need any more items.
Yeah, very true. Maybe Lina just needed the slots.
True.
It's like, no, I need my Falcon Blade to have more mana regen.
Efficiency. It's efficiency. As the tier 2 tower goes down, and now VP going to be able to respond to TP's out, and again, that tier 1 on the bottom lane does still stand. And Krilliat just goes back to farming. Silver Edge is out. Glepney is there now as well, going towards the Hurricane Pike. And really, I've asked you this question so many times, and I'm going to ask you it once more. How do you deal with the Lina?
You ban it in the first phase, god damn it.
Ooh, smoke coming through. They're going to be able to get the catch out. Do they get the destroy though? The 4-star comes out outside of the multi-shot now as well, and he's in that jetpack. The shot comes through with that, the hook shot. So an initial stun before he goes down. Now the rolling thunder, the black hole, it actually catches out. Anyway, to disrupt this, well, Krilliat, he comes in with the LSA. He just says, I might not be able to disrupt it, but I can sure kill you off. His BKB going now. The Glepnir comes out, takes down the Drow Ranger, and will they go for more? It looks like...
Kill the Pango.
They see him?
Damn. I think that was blind.
Yeah. They might have seen him move it into the trees and, you know, maybe think the TP was coming out. Really nice judge there to go for the LSA.
And DK didn't even lose his Aegis, and he's full HP and mana.
Who could have seen that coming? The tankiest hero in the game. And, well, I say that, but Lena's getting up there with 3k health, and, you know, the fluffy hat, the extra... Do they have the control, actually, to take this Lena down? He's going to get low, but Krilliat just moving himself away. No Satanic just yet, and the jump in. Even the Ember Spirit buying back, want to get involved in this fight, but the toss comes out. Gleipnir, he gets the catch on the 2 supports, and the Remnant forwards, at least they take down Ducalis.
Suddenly, it's a 30k gold lead, though. That escalated quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, actually trying to close the gap. They might be able to get something. They get the kill onto the Snapfire. But the bash, oh, they turn it around instantly. Now the Rolling Thunder, it's going to be able to catch up in those BKBs. It's at least up for the Drow Ranger, but everybody else, roll up comes through here. BKB for the Enigma, what can he do? Because the Dragon has dropped that Fireball. And Nesri is just caught inside of it. Even with the Hurricane Pike, they do get the kill onto the Lina, but they're going to lose 4. And now Lina just buys back and says, okay, we're going to go into the base.
So Nettie Narwhal got 2,000 gold for that Lina kill.
Nice. And they get the lockdown onto the Ember. The cookie comes out. That's a dieback.
Is that just it? Do they have any buy? Never by the corner draw, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not close to over.
Bottom tower has fallen.
But this is where VP, looking for the smoke into the base, the Rax is down. They know that Ember Spirit's down. So they could look for that fight here that just secures them the game, and they get to jump in onto the Tiny. They start it off, they finish it off. And now they're going to be able to take a set inside Rax.
Okay, they just call it. That's it. Another 2-0.
Yeah. And VP looking more than comfortable in the series here. 15-31. The celebratory hookshot comes through. Virtus Pro, they just take the series so clean.
Yeah, I mean, it feels useless for me to repeat everything I said in the draft, but come on, people, just ban the Lina. Maybe you can beat it, but don't even try. Why would you try?
Because you can beat the Lina, you let it through the draft, the Lina beats you, you ban it in the next... Oh, there is no next game. Well, yeah, I don't know. And again, any comparisons you want to make between the two teams here?
I mean, VP just looked a lot more solid, I think. In the second game, it was mostly draft, but in the first game, I feel like they just played a bit better.
Mm-hmm. And we can see as well that, again, the offlaner, the difference here, the 2-4-9 on the Enigma, who didn't really ever get... Did we see a black hole?
I think we saw one or two. On the Pango, there was one.
Oh, yeah. I noticed any arguments with this MVP?
No, not at all. I mean, he didn't die a single time. He was constantly up in Drow's face, getting those stuns. It was just a really nice game by him.
Yeah, and this looks like a hero you would give the Aegis to. You know, 0 on the death timer, and you're like, but what if he does die? So you do, you have to pass that Aegis across to him just to make sure he doesn't actually go down there. And yeah, notice really clean game to finish off that series. Any thoughts for X3? Any words of advice for them before this next series?
Don't take it too hard. You know, losses like this, they happen. Sometimes you think you have a plan, it doesn't quite work. But you know, that's just life. You adapt on the fly, you do whatever you can with what is given to you, and then you just try your best.
Yeah, and hopefully they've learned the most important lesson of the day. Ban the Lina. Just ban the Lina. No, the two most important lessons of the day. Don't pick the Batrider, because it's bad, and ban the Lina. Yeah, looking through, again, VP so clean, and not surprising between the two, the difference in level between these two teams. But we are going to be taking a look at the schedule for tomorrow to see what else we can look forward to on the Betboom Universe show, episode 1. And looking towards, looking ahead, we see... I have a question for you. Hellraisers, they look so good in the Eastern European region. Do you see anyone that's going to be contesting in the group stages up against Hellraisers?
Ooh. I would definitely